ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 13 of the RSF1 F4 Division season? Yeah, let's go with season. And as you can see here, we've joined in Q2, because Q1's already decided there's not enough people to do the Q1. And as you can see, old Manzy's out, Millsy, the championship contender, out. Also, we've had a few issues in this session. We basically had an issue with trying to get in to the session. People like Immortal wanted a race, couldn't get in. Caught It Star couldn't get in, a championship contender. And there was a couple others that just could not get into the session and had to miss out, to be honest with you. But we lose TGM, Millsy, Old Man's in Bizarre Mike, TGM, Joshi and Revenza, all new. NUFC 7 Owen is also relatively new, and I think he's new since I've obviously commed last. But now we go into Q3. Fishtix currently goes top. We're riding on board with Chow, and he is looking very, very quick this weekend. So maybe he can go ahead and put himself on the front row. Revenzilla goes top right now. But now, Kachow around the final corner, sets a 32-3, which puts him P4. But then Lincoln goes pole. But then Button goes pole. This is a close qualifying session from these lads. Active Fox goes 7th. Joshi around the final corner goes P8. And now Primus Gaming to complete the first round of laps goes P6. So provisional pole currently is Button. And as you can see, NUFC Owen takes a very peculiar line through turn 1. You're not allowed to do that. Well, turn 2, shall I say. But might be able to get away with it. I'm not sure. But now he comes around the final corner to go provisional pole with 31.500. And now you can see Scotsman beginning a lap, or ending a lap that was. Now Fishtix coming around the final few corners. What can Fishtix do? He's normally somewhere around the front, and he goes P2, 31.7. Now Kachow, what can he do? 31.545, so that's P2 just behind Owen. Now it's Lincoln's turn. What can Lincoln do? Can he put himself onto the front row, or even steal provisional pole? Comes around the final corner, goes P3, only good enough for P3. As Primus comes around the final corner, does not improve, and now we jump forward to the race. As you can see, Bizarre Mike starts 14th, Old Manzy 13th, RSF1 Millsy in 12th. Championship contender, a bit out of position, but he's so used to being down outside the top 10 in quali, to be honest with you, lately. TGM is in 11th, Joshi in P10, Scotsman, FPRL Scotsman, he's had a few names now, is in P9, Primus Gaming his teammate in P8, Active Fox in P7. Which leaves Fishtix in a Ferrari. The lone Ferrari today in 6th. The lone Red Bull of Revenge in P5. Then you go Aston Martin of Button P4. Then the lone Mercedes of Lincoln in P3. With Kachow in P2. And NUFC 7 Owen getting his first ever RSF1 pole position here at Russia. Round 13. Now we gear up to the 5 red lights, and it's go here for the Russian Grand Prix. Now round number 13 in Division 5, or Division 4, sorry, and they all get off the line very nicely. Owen gets a pretty good start, a bit of chaos in the background, and as you can see, there's chaos. The Red Bulls come across into the front of Lincoln, and it's also retired Active Fox. Primus Gaming's involved. Millsy might have been involved. Fishtix looked like he was involved, but that's all come from Revenzilla coming across into the path of RSF1 Lincoln. I did have a replay of it, but I completely forgot to edit into the footage because I only literally finished doing the stream not that long ago, to be honest, about 20 minutes ago. Now you can see NUFC 7 Owens got off the line very well on the restart. He's done an amazing restart. Left Kachow and Button absolutely dreaming. Now Scotsman all over the back of Button. Can Scotsman go for a move and pass Button as soon as possible? He might be able to make the move, he might not. But I think for now, he's going to sit behind. As you can see, Joshy's right behind him as well. And it looks like we might settle down for a little spell in this race of nothingness. And as you can see, Revengezilla, Bizarre Mike, just scanning through the order now. As NUFC Owen is getting away at the front. But we're looking to see what happens next. You've got a couple cars going wide. And now, it looks like Primus is going for a move on Millsy. Little bit of contact. Not enough to cause too much problems. But it was... Well, I mean, these two are quite hard racers on each other, and they normally are. And as you can see now, on lap 5, they're going side by side again. Millsy and Primus still battling nice and hard. Millsy coming around the long left, and it loses the back end. Millsy's in the wall. Now, I don't know if he's picked up any damage from that, but he has hit the wall and lost a position to his championship contender, RSF1 Lincoln. So Lincoln has managed to pass Millsy now, and it's all about who can pick up the most points, especially now Cornet Star is not in today's race, and it's all about pick up as many points as you possibly can, because Cornet's the informed guy at the moment. As you can see, there's a lovely move being made here by Lincoln on pit streaks, nice and comfortable, and he gets himself back into P10. In front of him is absolute pure chaos, with everybody following along in Bizarre Mike's DRS train. Oh, sorry, shall I say TGM? And Mike went for a move, and he resets the track. That's stupid from Mike. He knows that's straight away a penalty. Very, very poor from him. He should know better. He's been here for a few weeks now. And, yeah, that's a straight up Stonewall penalty. And there's no questioning about it. And he's got to be careful, because he's got a few pens already. He's already had a quali ban for this race. And if he carries on, he'll get a race ban. He needs to watch what he's doing. As you can see, TGM thought about a move on Primus there. Or Primus made a move on TGM. And he's battling his way back through the field. We're on lap 7 now. And it's just been endless excitement, endless action. I would like to sound more excited, but I am recording this audio at midnight. And I'm knackered because the stream only finished at about, I think, 11:45-ish. So, or 10:30. So I am absolutely exhausted. So I'm trying my best, guys, to sound as excited as possible. But yeah, as you can imagine, really, really tired. And I'm hoping to get it over and done with this very, very fast. And as you can see, Button and Control having a little kerfuffle here. Control has disconnected from the session and is causing absolute chaos. Now Button is being held up behind Kachal as Owen is managing to break away, and it's causing chaos for everybody. Ourselves, I think it's disconnected a couple of drivers, and as you can see now, Button has passed the AI of Kachal. I'm going now to invite Kachal back into the session, and the second he rejoins, which you'll see in a moment, it kicks us from the session. So now we've been kicked, we try and get back in, and now we have a weird glitch where we're staying at pit lane, and it's lap 0 apparently. So we're just going along. Kachal leaves the session yet again, so there he goes, out the session again. He might need a internet connection test before the next race, I would potentially suggest, because it's called Pure Bred Chaos in this race. I like Kachal, he's a good lad, but yeah, it's not ideal. As you can see, we're still on lap 0 apparently. Now we're seeing what happens next. Looking at Lincoln, and there's Kachal rejoining, and that kicks us from the session yet again. Now we've come back in on lap 12. I don't know how many laps we missed, but it was chaos. We did have a connection problem with the server before the race as well, which meant we was delayed by a little bit. We was delayed by about 40 minutes, which was not helpful in any way. And as you can see, oh my god, Primus goes around. Lincoln's had to take a avoiding action and goes into the wall doing so. So now Lincoln has end plate damage, which is going to cost him massively. Yes, he's up in the P3 as it stands, but he is going to have to pit at the end of this lap and hope that he can take whatever tyre he pits onto to the very end of the race. I believe he started on the medium to compound tyre, so he's got either the soft or he's got the hard tyres to choose from. And I reckon he will probably choose soft if he has to choose either. So Lincoln is now going to be struggling for the rest of this lap. And you can see he got a couple of cars behind him, and there's chaos. Joshy is in the wall. Big crash. I don't know how he's not out of this race, but a huge crash for Joshy. And I reckon he might go back into the pits and call it a day. And he did. Credit to Joshy. He's new here, but he's remembered the rules of racing, and you retire in the pit lane. So good on the lad. Now you look at this. Where's Owen and Button going to come out of the pit lane in compared to Scotsman and Kachow? And it looks like Scotsman may have got Button, but Owen's come out in the lead. And he has. Owen is in the net lead. Scotsman in net P2. Button net P3. Kachow net P4. And Lincoln looks like net P5. Because old Manzi has to pit again. And I reckon he'll come out behind all of those. Might even be behind Primus Game. It all depends on how slow the pit stop will be. But now Button looking really racy on the back there. As Mike retires in the pit lane. And it looks like Button will be making that move on Scotsman ASAP now, because he just needs to get past, battle his way through, and maybe if there's a safety car, he could close that gap on Owen, and we would have a lovely little battle. Even without the safety car at the moment, he would probably close that gap on Owen anyway, as he goes past him on the DRS straight. Should be a comfortable move, and is. So lap 16 now, Button has managed to pass Scotsman. Can he now close that gap on Owen? And we go to lap 18 now. You can see Kachow now having a go at Scotsman. Goes past him, nice and comfortable. Nothing to worry about. And he is now into P3. Now you can see on lap 19, Button having a go at Owen. Goes straight past him into turn 2. And there we go. Lovely overtake for the race lead. Owen's trying to hold it around the outside. Not really sure why he's attempting this. He should just fall in, save some ERS, and just relax, which he does now fall in. Now he's going to see if he can go for a move on Button here on lap 19. Going for a very, very late move, very aggressive as well. Makes the corner, and that is Owen back into P1. But the thing is, he's overtook just before the DRS straight. So now Button will just pass him back. Very, very silly place to make the overtake. Should have sat behind, should have waited for the DRS on the main straight. Because, as you can see, he doesn't have much ERS to defend with. So it should be quite a comfortable re-overtake here for Button on Owen. Unless Button decides against making that move. And you can see Kachow just lurking in the background, thinking about his options. As Button now comes into turn 2. Thinking about a move, trying to go around the outside, wheel to wheel. Looks like Owen just drives him slightly wide there. But now we jump to lap 21. Button thinking about a move on Owen as we cut away for some reason. And Button makes that move on Owen. He's now into P1, Owen P2. Kachow's hunting him down, but Kachow does have a time penalty. Now down the back straight. We've seen Owen do this before, getting the DRS and go for an aggressive move. Now it looks like he might be attempting it again. He's coming down into the hard braking zone. He's gone for the move. He's not really made the corner, and he's forced Button off. Button comes back around the next corner, and Button spins and hits Kachow. Oh no! No, the two Aston Martins have come together. I don't know what that's going to mean. I don't know what that's going to mean here, because it could result in a penalty for Owen. It could result in a penalty for Button. It could result in nothing at all, as Kachow now pits. And that could be very, very important to who wins this race. Now we jump to lap 22, RSF1 Lincoln. He is just going along, seeing if he can make a move on Scotsman. He's going to sit behind for the moment and potentially make a move very, very soon. But not yet. He goes for the tighter line. I don't know if that was intended or he just lost the back end and that was the line he had to take. But now he's got Primus all over the back of him. Primus might not even wait for the straight. No, Primus is thinking about going for a move down the inside here onto the penultimate corner. Can he make the move stick? No, he can't. Tries to go down the inside on the final corner, and he gets another time penalty for corner cutting. That was silly from Primus. He knows better than that. He's more experienced driver than that, and he shouldn't have got himself into that pickle. But now we go to lap 23. And you can see everybody's battling nice and hard. Revengula has now decided to retire when he was in P9, which promotes Millsy up into P9. Now you've got Lincoln side by side with the Ferrari of Fish Sticks. And Button right in front of them, who's trying to home in on Primus, who has passed him. Primus has passed him at some point. And Primus is now going to go for a move on Scotsman. Teammates here, so there's going to be a little bit of team orders. He lets him go. And that is a lovely overtake there for Primus Gaming. And Owen miles out front now. Primus has 9 seconds of pens. Scotsman has 6 seconds of pens. Button and Lincoln and Fish Sticks have nothing. Old Manzy 3, Kachal 3, Millsy nothing. But Millsy is quite far back now. As you can see, we're just having a quick look at Owen. Now we go to lap 25. Can anybody make a move in front now? They need to make that move. Button is now looking racy on the back of Scotsman. Will he make this move into turn 2? Button's thinking about going around the outside. We go on board with Lincoln because we get a lovely little view of what's going on. Button trying to hold it down around this left-hander, this long left-hander. Lincoln rides the curve, very brave through there. That curb can just throw your car for absolutely no reason. It doesn't have to have a genuine reason. It can just spin you. Now Button, in the DRS zone of Scotsman, makes the move down the inside. But Scotsman holds it. Scotsman holds it. I thought that was a certain move. As you can see in the background, Old Manzy has to pass Fish Sticks, which won't matter too much because Fish Sticks has no penalties. Old Manzy has a 3-second time penalty. But now Button is all over the back of FPRL Scotsman. And this should be a move he'll be making very soon. Otherwise, he could lose P2 to Lincoln. Because Lincoln's looking very racy in the background. And I think this could go either way. We know that Button, Lincoln and Fish Sticks probably are battling for the podium. As Button goes past Scotsman, this time does he? Drives him a little bit wider, and I think Button's made the move stick this time with a bit of acceleration. No, he hasn't. Scotsman's still there. Scotsman and Button side by side. Lincoln backs off because he doesn't want to get himself involved in that. But it's a lovely overtake in the end from Button, who has passed Scotsman. Now Lincoln thinking about a move at Scotsman, but he doesn't really need to make this move because he is in P3 no matter what he does here. And he sits in behind, realises it's not advised to go for a move there. And it will be a potential P3 for Lincoln, as long as he keeps in a straight line for the rest of this lap. And you got Owen miles out front now. Owen is going to be clear. He's going to win this race on track. But what does it mean for penalties? Nobody knows. It could go either way. It could be massive pen. It could be no pen. Nobody knows. But it looks like Owen should be winning. But Primus has run out of fuel on the final lap. Primus Gaming has made a huge miscalculation. He expected a safety car or two. We only had one. And that means he's run out of fuel. And that is drama. He's going to drop down just in front of Mills. He's going to get P8. And Owen now comes around the final corner to cross the line to win his first RSF1 track provisionally, I will say. I will give you an update in the next round, whether he keeps that or not. Button gets P2, Lincoln P3, Fish Sticks P4, Old Manzy 5th, Scotsman 6th, Kachal's going to get 7th, Primus 8th, and Millsy, the championship contender, is going to come along and get P9 as he stops just before the line. He knows it's been a long night. And yeah, P9 for Millsy. That is huge. There's no championship standings in this video because, like I said, I edited it really late. And I had to get it up live for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I've been Chris12LFC, and I will see you later.